We're live right now. We're doing household products. We're doing cleaning supplies. We're doing steamers. We're doing air cleaners. We're doing VOC killers. We're doing like all kinds of stuff. So we got all, this is really great. We're also doing snacks too, like party snacks and stuff too. So we're going to cover a little bit of the party snack stuff. So that's going to be fun. So I'm glad you're here. We're live right now, you guys. I got some serious stuff lined up. Like this is no joke right here, okay? I got a floor steamer, I got a rug steamer, I got a vacuum cleaner, I got, this is all the stuff I use, right? I got a vacuum cleaner, I got air cleaners, I got different air cleaner options, right? Which is really cool. I mean, what else do I have? I got snacks, I got like, I don't know. I mean, I got all kinds of great stuff, exciting. And I want you to stick around because I want to show you what I do when I'm in restaurants. I use this special little tool right here when I'm in restaurants, and I can't wait to show you that a little bit. That's a tool I use right here, if you guys can see this, right? There you go. So I use this in restaurants, right? Every time I have to eat out or somewhere, or I'm at a friend's house or something, it's like, well, I don't know what kind of bugs my friends have just recently got, so I'll just ask Spirit of Compassion. Spirit of Compassion will be like, yeah, that person has some new bugs. I'll be like, well, I'm not going to eat off their fork quite yet. I'm going to use this before I use their fork. I'm going to tell you what that's about. It's really interesting. So we got some great stuff. UV light, yeah. Okay, so you guys, I got this. Where to start? Let's go. Let's do it right now. Favorite air cleaners, favorite household products, favorite snack party snack foods when company's over, okay? So let's just go and start one at a time right now. So let's take it to that. Let's take it to that spot right now. So here's the air cleaner I use right here, okay? Bringing it over, can you see it? That's the IQ multi-gas, right? So I love this one. I've been using this one for years. So now, when you're there's a reason why you need to clean your air. All right, I'm gonna try to lift this thing up, you guys. So we're gonna try to lift this thing up. All right. Okay. I think we're going to lift it up a little bit more. So this is the IQ Air. All right? I love this machine. Dude, I don't want this thing going to the ground. It's going to be a big problem if this thing is. It's a question there. Good morning, AWSOC. And all happy Monday. Hey, great. I'm glad you guys are here. Sci-fi? Yeah, this is the Twilight Zone today, for real, man. Like, this is really Twilight Zone. You just entered an episode of Twilight Zone, for real. This is the IQ, right? The multi-gas. I love this one. See, what people don't realize is that in their homes, everything's outgassing. Everything's outgassing, like everything. Like the couches, the walls, the sheetrock. Sheetrock outgasses. There's formaldehyde in the sheetrock. And it doesn't mean you have to have an air cleaner. It doesn't mean you have to live like that or anything. But a lot of times, see, a lot of people, they're dealing already with problems already. They're dealing with health issues. They got chronic illness. Their system's already overloaded because of their livers are being overloaded. Their histamines are up. They already got sensitivities, like chemical sensitivities, all these other issues, right? So when the air's really dirty, it adds to it. And then you got to remember this. The air inside your house is the air from the outside. So the outside air is your air inside the house. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. They think they shut their door. They're like, no, that's not the air. The air that's outside is not the air inside the home. But how do we stay alive? Where does the oxygen come from? The oxygen enters into the house somehow. It enters through the floors. It enters through cracks in doors. It enters through cracks in windows. It enters, right? That's how it enters through vents, right? In the roofs, in apartment buildings. It enters through all the different, cracks in the windows and doors in apartment buildings, houses, wherever you are. And what people don't realize is the outside air is our inside air. So, but the outside air isn't rushing in. It's not rushing in fast. So when you clean your inside air, you're cleaning out all that outside air that's coming in, but you're cleaning it out in time. You're catching it in time, right? Because it's only seeping in unless you have windows open. If you have your windows wide open, you got your doors open, then the air's rushing in. And the air cleaner, your air cleaner is not going to keep up with that. Like it can't keep up with your doors wide open. Your air cleaners can't keep up with your windows wide open. And I'm going to show you a few different air cleaners too. This isn't just the only air cleaner I'm going to show you right here. So what happens is that when you have your doors shut, your windows shut, and you're still getting outside air inside the house, but it's creeping in. And then the air cleaners cleans up that outside air that's coming in. So you're talking about pollen, you're talking about chemicals coming out of the sky, you're talking about jet fuel coming down, you're talking about smokestacks in the distance, you're talking about burning piles of rubbish, you're talking about all these different things. So pesticides floating from adjacent farms, from neighborhoods, from people's lawns. Because it happens that people get, people's apartment buildings, they get sprayed all the way around the apartment buildings. The roads get sprayed. People's front lawns get treatments and lawn treatments. So pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides, right? All that's being laid down constantly. And then you got the mosquito spray falling out of the sky. So they're always constantly dumping mosquito spray. So all this is coming down. And that's in our outside air, right? And then you got your pollen and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, wow, it's pollen. Well, it's a lot more than pollen in the air. So what people don't realize, it's a heck of a lot more than just pollen, right? And then mold too, absolutely. Because if you got mold in the house, yeah, air cleaners are going to be catching that stuff that's floating around and driving it in. So that's important right there. So I was just answering the question there about the mold, and we can talk about that a little bit more. So what I like about air cleaners is, it's becoming that filter instead of we're constantly the filter. So when we go out, we're the filter. That's what we are. So when we're out in the street, when we're traveling, when we're doing whatever we're doing, we're going to the store, we become the filter. So we walk by a park that was just sprayed. We walk by somebody's lawn that was just sprayed. We walk around people that are loaded with perfumes and colognes and air freshener smells and scented candle smells and fungicides all over them and everything. We walk through whatever we are. We walk into stores. They've used all these toxic, dangerous chemical cleaners in the stores, the grocery stores. A lot of times when you buy food off the grocery store, a lot of it just tastes like cleaner because they're spraying down the bins and they're spraying down the produce sections, and we're just breathing this constantly in all the time. So we become the filter. So when we're out and about, we're filters is what we are. Anything that goes into your lung, anything, car exhaust, diesel exhaust, stuff floating from the sky, all of it, okay, all of it we're breathing it in, we're taking it in, and that's how it works. So when we're at home, we need a chance to not become the filter again. So when we're in our house, we don't want to be a filter in our home too. So when we're sleeping at night, we don't want to be a filter. Like, that's what happens. We become the filter. Our lungs, our lymphatic system, our liver, our bloodstream becomes the filter. So as we live our life, we're just a dirty filter. We become this just dirty filter over time. And if you purify your air a little bit, you're taking some of that heat off of your life. You're increasing your lifespan actually, because you're not being a filter 24/7. You're being a filter when you leave the home and you go out and you travel and you go to stores. You're being a filter then, but you're not being a filter when you're in your home. And another thing too, and that's the thing with homes, right? All kinds of outgassing that happens off of furniture, out of walls, and everything else. All of it, right? That comes off of all that. We're breathing that in too. So we're breathing that in as well. And when we're breathing that in, we are a filter essentially in our house too. So it's great to have air cleaners or an air cleaner that's maybe just in our bedroom, maybe where we sleep, and then you have that little air cleaner and it's where we sleep. So this is why it's so important. So this is an IQ right here, the multi-gas. And what I like about the multi-gas, and there's other IQs too that are good, but what I like about the multi-gas is you're getting the formaldehyde, you're getting the chemicals, you're getting the solvents that are coming out of the walls, that are coming off the furniture, that are coming off of everything, right? That's one thing. But the multi-gas too picks up everything in the air that's outside. And there's so much floating around in the air outside and people don't realize it. And so there's this new thing in the world right now where everybody's running their laundry, right? All the neighborhoods, and you get nothing but stink out of their dryer vents. Just tons of stink. You can walk by people's houses and you just get hit with it, like waves of that stink. And you got the scented candles, the air fresheners, right? You got all that perfume cologne, and it's almost like everything's being made to poison us and last so much longer with all these chemical products. So what's happening is that this is a great way to help filter that out so it's not always in the home too. So it's not always in the home. Some people are like, well, I was using air freshener. I didn't know they're bad. They pull them out of the wall. They toss them out, but their house still smells like air freshener. That's when it's a good time to get an air cleaner to be circulating some of that out, cleaning, sucking that up, right? And I've used the IQ filter for years. I mean, I'm talking 20 years. So that's what I've been doing. You know, that's the one I like. I like a couple of others, so I do have a couple of others over there, and I'll show you the ones I like as well that are not as expensive, and they're not as expensive. But this one here, I've been using this multi-gas one, I don't know, it's like going on 20 years or something, for real. So I love it. So what I'm going to do is kind of pull it apart right here for a second, right? So I'm just going to show you one of the filters here. That's a cartridge. So the multi-gas has these cartridges right here. If you can see, you take a look. I don't know if we can get a close-up on here too. I want to show you this. Maybe it won't show. There we go. So that's the multi-gas cartridge right there, as you guys can see. So there's 4 of these inside this machine, right? And that's a pre-filter wrapped around the cartridge, by the way. But I just love these things because it's these gas cartridges. This is what's sucking in the gases, any kind of toxic gases. If you're anyone, you live near an airport, you live near an agricultural farm. If you're 10 miles from farms, from conventional agricultural farms, if you're 10 miles, you're breathing in pesticides every day. It's just in the air. So this is important. This is important to know. Like, there's so many reasons to have this. Let's not lose that one. Let's get it back in. So there's 4 of these in here, right? So I just locked it back up, and I'll put this together. Now there's another filter in here too. It's a pre-filter. It's in the bottom. I don't want to take that one out because I'm on such a kind of a not sturdy situation with this little table, and this thing will go down. So I got to be really careful. This is the IQ multi-gas right here. There you go. So I'm going to click it on, right? So it's got a bunch of different speeds. I leave mine on 3. It's got 6 different speeds. It's running right now. Now, white noise is really helpful for sleeping problems. And the only sleeping problem I ever had was the fact that I would just work 20 hours and not sleep. Force myself to actually not sleep, which is really bad. That's a bad habit, a bad way to live. I don't recommend anybody living like that, working that many hours. But the bottom line is, for people with sleeping problems, when I've ever recommended the IQ, it's miraculous because a lot of people don't know that their sleeping problems are because they're being aggravated by little noises, like small noises. So it's critical to have this like white noise for people who can't sleep good. Especially people who are sensitive with their nervous system, when their nervous system is sensitive. Now, what I love about the IQ is it creates, in my opinion, and by the way, I'm not sponsored by IQ. I want everybody to know that right now. I've been using their stuff for 20 years, recommending it, using their IQ, multi-gas, using other ones, right? Okay, these are just products I trust and recommend people. I don't have a deal with IQ. So I want you guys to know that, right? I told you guys, I work with Wyman's. I always tell you, I work with Wyman's with their wild blueberry juice, which is incredible. But I don't have a deal with IQ. Anyway, so the bottom line is the white noise is really helpful to get people to recover with all kinds of neurological problems, including like OCD. They can't sleep because of OCD, or PTSD. They can't sleep because of PTSD. White noise is actually really healing in a way for people. And it's little noises that can keep someone who's really sensitive from sleeping. So if you got like anxiety, if somebody has anxiety and they're dealing with like a sensitive central nervous system, vagus nerve is sensitive. And I know people that can't sleep because they hear their stomach and they hear their intestinal tract spasm. And I'm like, you need some white noise in your room when you're sleeping at night. That's important, because they're being woken up, or they can't fall asleep because they'll drink a little bit of water, because they got to drink a little bit of water, and they hear the water going blah, 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 and it's enough to just keep them up. They can't knock out because they're hearing every little sound, and then they hear the house creak, and then they hear their apartment creak, and then they hear this stuff, right? So you guys, I mean, do you know anybody who has a sleeping problem where noise is bothering them? I'm just wondering if you guys know anybody that has that, like if there's anybody that actually you know? Because if there's a lot of people I've seen like that. Guys, you don't mind if I have a snack right now? That is the Edward and Sons right there. Their fat-free cracker. That's their fat-free rice cracker. And I got fat-free hummus right here. Actually, this is oil-free hummus that came out of the MM900. MM1500, actually. I'll show you. I have it around here somewhere. Actually, no, I understand. So, when it comes down to air cleaner, I can talk to you guys while this is on right now. Now, you can turn it on a little louder. I mean, a little higher. So that's like number 3 or number 4. And back to where I was, a lot of people can't sleep at night because they're hearing noises. They're hypersensitive. So it happened to you too? Patty says me. So you got like noises bothering you in the middle of the night. You have a hard time sleeping. I know so many people that can't get that rest because they're being woken up by their own intestinal tract noises. They're being woken up by outside street noises. So maybe they live with other family members, and other family members are in the house at different times at night, and they're opening up the refrigerator, they're going through different doors, they're going through different, like they're knocking around the house. Maybe maybe somebody leaves in the morning early. Some of you guys, maybe someone leaves in the morning early and the garage door opens, or the door slams in their apartment as they're going out. Like, all these things keep people from sleeping. And so the bottom line is, that's what I like about the air cleaner. So the IQ has a different frequency, I've noticed, for like white noise. Because there's some things that the white noise isn't that great, but the IQ has a great sound. So I got another air cleaner I want to show you too that also has a great sound. That also is great. So that's the IQ. It's multi-gas. I covered what I was talking about, you guys. So anyway, is there a reason why we need clean air? And you can also have the other IQ too that I show, which is the Health Pro Plus. It doesn't have to be the multi-gas. IQ has some great air cleaners, but I've been using this IQ air cleaner for, like I said, for 20 years, and yeah, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but it's great. I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to move it out. Show you guys another one. That's what I'm going to do. So we're live right now. It's the Medical Medium cooking show, but we're actually showing air cleaners and everything else. If you guys just got here, that's the multi-gas IQ. There's a great reason to have air cleaners. I always said this throughout the years. If you can't get an air cleaner, you can't get one. That's okay. That's all right. You do everything else. You work on your healing process. You do everything else you can. And that's fine right there. So this one's called Coway, right here. I love this one. It's less expensive. I recommend it to friends all the time. When they're like, look, my budget doesn't work, AW, for something like the IQ right now. I might get the IQ down the road. What can I get? And I'm like, well, this one's a great one right here. So people are always asking me about like what air cleaners I use and what do I do and everything else I use and stuff. So this is one of my favorites right here. So it's called Klikni, right? You'll see the link right there, okay? I mean, when I use this one, you smell the air, the difference in the air. And it's the same thing with the IQ. You can smell the air change. This one right here is really interesting because a friend of mine had just really bad stagnant air in their apartment. It was really bad. And I was in there and I was smelling it and I was like, whoa, you got everything in this thing. There's just everything from the past before you moved in. This apartment stinks, man. I was like telling my friend, this apartment stinks. You got just stagnant, sick air in this apartment. And I sat down on his couch and I was just like, ugh. He's like, do you want anything to eat, AW? I'm like, no, I don't want anything to eat right now. He's like, you sure? I can cut some fruit up for you. And I'm like, no, I don't want any fruit right now. It's this apartment really had a stale, stinky stench, old, kind of like a rotten smell in it. And then I said, dude, you got to get an air cleaner. He says, well, I can't get the IQ right now, the multi-gas. I go, there's other air cleaners too that you can get that are at a great price. He says, well, what do you got? It's like this Klikni one right here. And so I want to show you these filters right here. I just want to see if this, here we go. So I got this one plugged in. Trying to make some room right here. So I'm going to flip this around, okay? What I love about this is it captures 99.99% of particles. Basically, that's a 100 to me. When it's 99.99. In my book, that's a 100. It's not 95. So with air cleaners are always like 90% particles, 85% particles, 92% particles. When it's 99.99% of particles, right? And that includes pollen and pollutants and other allergens and stuff like that. That's pretty amazing. So my friend stuck one of these in here, the Klikni, which I really like, right? So this has this outside screen right here. Show you guys right here, right? That traps the big stuff. So this allows the filter to last much longer right here, right? And so this just washes out in the sink. So I just take this gets all this dust and garbage on. So he started running it, and he said, you got to come over. You got to check this out. I'm like, all right, I'll come over. So I come over and I check it out, and literally the air was unbelievable. He said within a half an hour, everything was changing inside of his apartment. It was like literally fresh air. It got cleaner inside his apartment than the air outside, right? So dust collects on the screen. You wash it off, dry it off with a cloth, and you're good. Now I want to show you this right here. Okay. So this is another filter here, but this is the big one. It's a charcoal filter and a HEPA filter. So I'm taking this one out, okay? Let's see if I can do this without anything going wrong. Like this whole thing falling down. Here you go. So that's the filters right there. It's the inside. It goes like this. Now, this is just one filter. This machine has two. It has one on both sides, right? But I just love this machine. Really do. And air quality counts, especially if you're dealing with some kind of neurological issue or even some type of asthma that's not neurological. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one on. I'm going to put the cover back on, right? Once again, I'm not sponsored by this company. I don't work for this company, right? And the company's not paying me to do this. These are just ones I like. So it's back on right now, so I'm kind of playing with the buttons here. There we go. This thing is really quiet, and you can turn it up. You get this great light white noise. It can kind of get you to check out if you need to sleep or anything like that, or take a nap in the middle of the day. A lot of people need to take a nap in the middle of the day, right? And they can't take a nap in the middle of the day because the world is going crazy. There's just street noise. There's trucks and cars. And you can hear a lot of people, they don't have anything to block out the noise of a garbage truck that's 2 streets away that's like, you know, and they just can't get the naps they need. They can't get the rest they need. And then they start going crazy because they're so tired. They don't sleep good. They're not even being able to take a nap. And when you check out, when you have something like this, it's not only cleaning the air so you can breathe better and you're not getting all those toxins and allergens and everything. So not only are you cleaning up and mold, you're cleaning up all that, like the mold too. And then you're also blocking out noise so you can go into this like checkout moment and do some resting, even if you doze off for 5 minutes. So that's really important right there. So this is the Kowei right here. Okay. So you guys, this is fun. If you just got here, we're live right now. I'm showing you air cleaners. I just showed you the IQ. Check the show out from the beginning if you missed that with the IQ, the multi-gas that I have sitting right here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to drop this down a little bit. So that's the IQ multi-gas. This is the Kowei. This is like half the price of this one too. Hit the follow button if you just got here, so you can always keep up with the medical medium show of what we're doing and stuff. I got like snacks here for party snacks that I'm talking about. I got different foods, but I'm also going to cover so much other stuff. So let's get moving into that. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to move this Kowei over a little bit. You guys give me 1 second, right? I'm going to show you a little version right here. Let's do this. Boom. This is a great little one right here. Never underestimate the power of some of these smaller ones, but a lot of small ones really aren't great. They're not great at all. I love the filtration that this one has right here. Like this HEPA system with a little bit of charcoal too. So I love this one. This is a small one. It's much less, pricey. It's not as pricey, right? This is Medify air filter. Okay, so this is great for like a room. This is great for a room. This is great for a bedroom. I don't know, living space, a living room, right? That's what this is. So this is just a great little air cleaner for people. It's affordable. It can clean up air in a room. It can change the life of somebody that's struggling with anything like that. And so with any kind of dust, all the dust and all the pollen and anything else that's in the air. So I really like this one too. So this is an option. So anyway, all right, you guys, I got to pour a little bit of wild blueberry juice. Right, I'm just going to take a shot. There we go. And we're going to move on and keep on talking. But I got another filter that's really great too. That's the Wyman's blueberry juice. I want to just... Hold on. Just going to grab a little bit of this hummus right here. Oil-free hummus. Take a shot. All right, let's go. Let's show you guys the snacks too that I'm doing. So, now, I like these platters, these snack platters. They're great. Because I got people coming over and I put these things out like this. So I want to show you what I got here real quick. These maple candies, these things are sick. These things are sick, man. And I mean in a good way. Let me tell you, those maple candies, they're crunchy, so you gotta let them melt in your mouth. But that's a healthy sugar treat right there. That's a healthy sugar treat. These are just made from maple syrup. That's what they're made from. This is it right here. I'm just gonna show you. There it is, the maple candies. Look, you guys know I love maple syrup. Okay, there's a box of the maple candies. That's how it comes right there. You guys know I'm a freak about maple syrup, right? Love my maple syrup. That's what those are. I got some apricots right here. Check this out. Chestnuts. Okay. Chestnuts, right, aren't just for like over a roasted fire, on Christmas. This is a powerful food for energy. It's also a healing food too. And they're low in fat. They're not like nuts that are high in fats. It's a low fat food right there. Very little fat in a chestnut. It's more of a starchy nut, right? So I love these chestnuts. They're incredible, okay? So this is a maple cream right here. Let me show you the chestnuts too. I want to show you that. That's the package of chestnuts right there. This is a really healthy like high quality fuel right there. I'm just going to show you right there. These chestnuts, high quality fuel. Okay, take them in your car. Take them with you if you need a snack. That is an incredible snack right there. I mean, people should always be eating these whenever they need something like a little snack. They're so good for you too. And chestnuts are antiviral, they're antibacterial, okay? They're antipathogen, meaning they have phytochemical compounds in them. It's not like almonds or something like that that don't have phytochemical compounds that stop bugs and pathogens. These are really healthy. And they're incredible. I'll crack one open right here. So these are chestnuts. I don't know if you guys ever had chestnuts before. I just broke the chestnuts in half. You're not like drinking oil when you eat these. You know, you're not. And it's just great right there. So I'm having a chestnut right there. I just opened one. So let's go to some figs. Yeah, this is great. We're having fun. We're having some snack. So we got some figs over here. So I'll show you these, right? I love dried figs. I love them better than fresh figs. I just do. Dried figs is another great food right there that you can have a healthy snack right there. There's the figs. Okay. I'm going to try this maple cream. So this is a maple cream. This is just maple syrup right on the apple, right? Now, that's incredible. Like, seriously, if you want healthy snacks when people come over, family, friends, maybe yourself, right? I got dates. I got the apricots. So, got some dates right here. Right? Those are the ones I've been using lately. I got the dried figs. And I'll cover some more about these snacks too. I got so many great options back here. Everybody's like, what do you do? What do you eat? And I'll show you some more snacks really quick too. So right here, get a close up on this tray. Right? So these are like these chompers, okay? I'll show you those. It's party food. I don't eat these every day. Just saying, this is like when people come over and it's like, oh look, I want to really bite into something. I was like, okay, let me get some of these chompers out here, right? Yep. And you can go to my Amazon store for the maple candy link, by the way. So I got this is the hummus right here, so it's a fat-free hummus. I got different crackers. I'll give you a rundown on those. Let's see. Got the mosaics right here. That's a cracker. So that's this one, the mosaic. I'll show you this one right here. That's a great one. That's a great snack for people. All right, let's just move on then. We're not going to show these. Okay, we are. Let's go. So we got different. So this is Crunch Master right here, which is another cracker. Okay, just giving you a rundown of all that. This is a really good one too. These are great options for snacks. So I'll show you some more stuff as we go on. We got so much to cover. If you guys just got here, we're live right now. We're doing like air cleaners. We're doing vacuum cleaners. We got all kinds of stuff. Let's do like a steam cleaner next. We'll do the next thing. All right, no, we got one more air cleaner. Check this out. You guys, I'm bringing this over. Okay? I'm going to plug it in. This is the molecule. All right? The molecule's really another experience. I'm serious. Like, you can't go wrong with any of these. Any of these air cleaners, right? But this one's just amazing. So, this one's great for mold. It's a mold killer. It's a mold collector. It's got the UV light. It's got nanotechnology in it for destroying like different microorganisms. I really love this one right here. It's now on. It's running. It's on. All right. I'm going to get another shot of wild blueberry juice. My 2 hours of sleep last night, because I'm trying to finish up the book proofs. My 2 hours of sleep last night needs a little bit of the wild blueberry juice. Aha! It's as if I slept a 12-hour night. I slept like an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Now I'm back. Let's go. All right, you guys. I love this air cleaner. So let's talk about it a little bit. VOCs. Destroys viruses. Picks up the VOCs. Right? Nanoparticles. Mold. That's what this does. This changes the air quality for sure. It takes it from super sick to super clean. This is incredible for inside the house, inside a room, and it's got that white noise that actually can help people so much. You know, the thing is, people who don't know about that white noise, like having an air cleaner in, and when they have it in their life, whoa, they're like, okay, now I'm getting the best sleeps I've ever gotten in my life. So, but yeah, this is a great air cleaner for mold, VOCs, for particles, nanoparticles, for allergens, for pollen, for viruses, right? For all of that that's floating in the air. This is a great one right here. And it's less expensive than the IQ, but I love the multi-gas though. Cranks, it covers a lot of ground. So it's really good. So here's what I do, right? I got the IQ going, the multi-gas. I got this going right here in my bedroom. I got this going right here in my garage. That's what I like doing. And the air feels so cool and clean when you're doing the molecule. For some reason, it's like the air is like crisp. It's a different feel with the molecule, right? It's like the air is crisp. That's the kind of sensation I get when this is cleaning the air. It's like a crisp air. It's weird. It's strange. So that's what I'm getting with when I use this one right here. Hey guys, I'm gonna move this down. Move this one over. I'm shutting it down. If you guys just got here, we're having kind of like an air cleaning party snacks going on. We're living it up. We're not getting too crazy, but we're about to get crazy. Watch this from the beginning if you want to check out the other air cleaners, the whole bit. So now, I don't know. We'll talk about some detergent, I guess. So BioClean detergent. Let's talk about that a little bit. What about back out? We'll talk about back out. You guys, I like back out. You just got to watch out you don't dump the whole freaking bottle on the carpet or something like that. You don't want to do that. You want to put it like in a container, or you want to put it in a back out spray bottle. You want to put it maybe in like a little tub, and then you get the sponge and you put a little back out in the tub. You got the sponge in there because it's really strong, but at the same time, it's not the kind of strong to cause a big problem. What I like about the back out is for clothing that's stained, clothing that stinks, that kind of thing too. So I like back out. Dog pee, that's another great reason for back out, right? It's for spot treatments. Spot treatments on clothing, spot treatments on carpets, spot treatments on different areas, right? The whole bit. So that's that. Now this is BioClean right here. Okay? So free and clear. It's got to be free and clear. Laundry liquid, you don't need to use a lot of it, right? This is what I use for my clothes. So you can see my clothes right here that I'm wearing. They have gone through this process of this right here, BioClean. I've used BioClean in my laundry machine, and it washed all my clothes, including my underwear and everything else. It washed my pants, my jeans, my shirt. That's the one I use right here. My towels, my hand towels, my kitchen towels, all gets washed through with this right here. All right? And then, yeah, and that back out I use for kind of difficult stuff and all that. We'll do some... Here's the bleach I use. I don't like real bleach. I don't like real bleach, so we'll take a look at this. This one's different. The Oxygen Bleach Plus, it's entirely a different situation. It's not that dangerous, crazy, toxic bleach, that chlorine bleach that just like literally, oh my God, that's rough. That stuff is rough. And if you're chronically sick, you got any kind of sensitivities, got any kind of lung issues, you don't want to be breathing in like bleach, like the chlor, you know, like the meaning that chlorine bleach, right? Gotta be really careful. So yeah, so that's the BioClean right there. The Oxygen Plus. Just showing you guys the stuff I use. I don't think I ever showed you that stuff. So let's move on. It's mop time. Let's go. Let's hit the mops. Guys, don't mind I have another snack for a second here. I'm going to have this I'm going to bring it over. So, all right, let's get it together. Let's just cover what we covered so far. We covered air cleaners. We're moving on. I got a lot to do right here. And I turned on the mop a little bit ago, so let's do that now, okay? All right. Let's go. I got this crazy cleaner right here. Now check this out. All right? Chewing with my mouth. Am I chewing with my mouth closed? All right. This is a floor steamer. Love it. I really do. And I think it's on and heating up. No, now it's on and heating up. So I just turned it on. So I'm going to have to wait a couple minutes for that one. All right. You guys, what I love about this thing, okay? You can steam the floors, bathroom tile, bathroom floors, right? This thing I really love. Right here. Now, it's filled with water. Got a little handle right here with a little switch. You click that switch. It squirts water here, right? And I'll show you some other stuff with it. You take this, you put it on the bottom, right? Check that out. You got this on the bottom. So what you're going to be doing is, you can do the kitchen floor, you can do tile floors, right? Bathroom floors. But that's just one attachment right there. While it's heating up, I want to show you another attachment. So, all right. Incredible for showers, right? You can do this. Check this out, you guys. Right? This is great for grout, the whole bit. Now I'm just waiting for this to heat up, so just bear with me a second here. I think the safety was on. Huh. Oh, it's not ready yet. It's not hot yet. You got to give it a minute. Before we go on to this, you guys, I want to show you what I do when I go to restaurants. Now, I'm going into the restaurant thing now. All right? So I'm eating over a friend's house or in a restaurant, right? So say I ordered some oysters, which I wouldn't order. I wouldn't order oysters. There's no way I would order. No way. I would never eat oysters. But check this out, you guys. Just pretend that I was going to eat oysters. Or just say that you eat oysters because maybe you do. Maybe somebody does out there, right? And whatever you're eating. Doesn't matter. What if it's chicken parmesan? Whatever you're eating. I don't know. Right? Lasagna. Whatever you're doing. Seafood. A burrito. Whatever. So when I'm in a restaurant, or at a friend's house, I take this with me. So I take this where I go whenever I go out. So I'm going to show you this thing, right? So I'm going to turn this on. Okay. I think this is on. What the heck, man? Isn't anything like plugged in or on? Hold on, you guys. Let's see. All right. There it is. It's on. All right, take a look. Check this out. We'll do a close-up. See that light right there? See that blue light? Right? See that light? All right. All right. God, this show is the only show that makes me laugh like this hard. There's no other show I do. Our lives. This one just for some reason. All right, if I'm at a friend's house, right, and I'm about to eat their food, I piss them off. I piss them off bad because this is what I do. So I'm about to have my oysters, which I don't eat, but I'm about to have my oysters, and I'm like, okay, thanks for making me this. But see, well, look, hey, I just got to take this out. Would you mind right here? Would you mind if I just do this for a second here? Yeah, you know, I want to eat the food you just made me, but can you just give me a second? Right? All right, just hold on, you guys. I mean, hold on. Yeah, I want to eat, but just give me a second here. What do you mean? What am I doing? Nothing. I'm not doing anything. I just don't want your... Yeah, I just don't want your mouth skin, the skin from your mouth that's packed in your fork that nobody can see, but you can only see through a magnifying glass, actually a scope, microscope. I don't want any of those germs in there. So what's happening is you're killing off. See this? You're killing off all that right there. So it'd be like, okay, no, wait, hold on. Before I have that yummy thing you just made me, there we go. See, it's on again. I just didn't know how to turn it on for some reason. It's so strange because I've used this a lot of times. But check this out, right? So what I'm doing is I'm actually, and you don't have to have it that close. You can have it further away. So if I'm in a restaurant right there, I'm sterilizing the utensils because the waiter, right? God knows what the waiter touched. Who's bringing out all your stuff? The waiter was just in the bathroom because the waiter has to go to the bathroom too, just like everybody else does. And the waiter was in the bathroom. And I don't know if he washed his hands, like washed his hands good. And then he put out all the forks and spoons and knives, right? This is, you know, so yeah. So I love it because basically what it does is that, you know, you actually, and you can do it, you can do a lot faster than that if you want. You can just give it a run through like this, okay? You can just give it a run through and do the handle. So that's what I like to do. And so that's important. All right, you guys. I want to show you the steamer. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I mean, seriously, you guys. People don't realize, okay, listen. I just saw somebody leave a comment saying, okay, this is crazy. I'm like, okay, well, just so you know, in restaurants, the wash machines, they run these through, or in the sink, doesn't clean all the skin flakes that are from the mouth that get packed in the porous steel. So the steel is just loaded with other people's, like, DNA. Everybody's, you know, like, if you want other people's DNA on, like, you got like 10 or 20 people's DNA in your forks in the restaurant. So when you use a fork, if you don't bring your own fork and you're in a restaurant, you're actually you're actually receiving like 10, 20, 30 people's DNA when you're eating. And then your DNA is getting in the fork too. The fork's going into their gums, jabbing their gums, getting blood on it, jabbing this, jabbing that. You don't think people don't like hit their gums and you can't see the microscopic blood. It's all in the restaurants and all the silverware. So what I like about that, if I'm actually in a position where I have to use silverware, I run that over there. Totally do. It's actually not crazy. You're actually using basically, okay. You may as well just go to the dentist and tell the dentist don't sterilize the dental drill and dental equipment. Don't sterilize it. Right? This is basically like dental tools, like probes and stuff. Everybody's jamming them in their mouth. They're hitting their gums. They're knocking their teeth with it. They're knocking plaque off their teeth with their forks. Their tongue's on the fork. Their skin cells in their mouth are on their fork, right? Gets packed in there. But it's not going through like a dentist sterilization unit where the next patient comes in and then the dentist uses fresh tools that went through that incubator, that sterilization unit. Well, they're not doing it at that restaurant. No one's doing that there. So what I like about this is I'm actually doing what the dentist basically does before you go in and sit in the dental chair. It's either that or you just tell the dentist, oh, you just need to just throw your tools in a regular wash machine. That'll be fine after you've been in everybody's mouth. So think about that one for a moment. All right, so I got the steamer right here. So I'm like, so this is one of the tools right here, okay? So I'm just taking a look. Here. You can use this in the bathroom. You can use this in the shower. Unbelievable. I swear. All right, I don't want to get the whole kitchen wet here because that's the whole thing. But this is revved up right here. And what you do is you're sitting in the shower stall, right? You're sitting in the shower stall. Say that 10 times in a row real fast, and you'll end up saying something wrong. All right. And this is great for the glass. If you have a shower that has glass or tile, if you have tile on the walls of your shower. So if you have tile on the walls of your shower, this is hot water coming out of here. And if I hit it, it's going to blow out all this water and steam. And then you're doing this, right? You're doing your tiles. Okay? So that's what you can do. Next time what I'll do is we'll set up the show in my bathroom. Just not this time. We'll set the show up in my bathroom where I'm in the shower. I'll wear a bathing suit. And I'll just go in the shower. I'll have the shower running. And I'll show you guys how this works inside the shower. All right, so that's one thing right there. Let's cover the floor mop now. All right, so now here's the floor mop. Right? So when I hit this right here, water's going to come into this. I think it's self-explanatory, though, when you're using this and you're just hitting the button while this is on the floor. So I'm mopping the floor right now. Now, like the last show, I did this floor mop. It's hot steam coming out. You guys, hot steam is coming out. So I'm hitting the floor right here. The hot steam's a sanitizer. That's what I like about it. So why are we doing hot steam? It's a sanitizer. So this is basically a sanitizing machine right here, which is incredible. So this is a sanitizing machine. I think I overfilled it. pretty sure I overfilled it. All right, you guys, and this is soaking wet here. And I'm mopping the floor, but I'm steaming the floor, which is really, really great. You can steam the bathroom floors the whole bit. So that's what's cool about this one. So this is called the McCullough Steamer Floor Mop Steamer, okay? Yeah. You can use this for a wide range of surfaces. You can use this for a wide range of surfaces. Okay? You can use this in your sink. So what I'm going to do is, I got a sink right here. See, what I can do is plug this in. What the hell, man? Why isn't this going in here? I think I just have a different adapter right here. Oh, here it is. You got to do this. Okay. I mostly use the floor mop, you guys. I don't use these too much. All right, check this out. See the steam coming out? Okay. Now, you can use this for drapes. I don't know if I would use it for drapes. Just don't quote me on that. You can use it for darn it. All right. You guys. All right. All right. Dr. Nesbitt's here to actually help. All right, gotta move on to another item. Gotta move on to another item as fast as I can. Okay, we're shutting off the steamer, man. All right, you guys. So, guys. So, listen, we're going to actually show you how I steam my clothes. All right, so check this out, right? So, you guys were back, Medical Medium Live show right here. This is a steamer that I use on my shirts to make sure they don't have wrinkles. And look, you guys, You could use it for anything, okay? Now, this is my shirt right here, right? Okay. And this steamer is the best steamer I've ever used. This is like for real here, right? I have like 20 steamers because they all suck. Like I got 20 steamers, like all kinds of steamers. Like I've ordered like, I don't know, like I have like, I don't know, my garage has like 20 steamers. And I really need to just throw them out because they don't work. But I don't want to throw them out because I spent like money on them. You know how it works? You just don't want to throw something out. Well, this one right here, this one's like my favorite one. It's the only one that's really been working really good. All right. So not even Dr. Nesbitt could knock me out of that one. Hit the follow button. But chances are you probably hate the show by now. And you don't want to follow. But you're going to like this, though. You're going to like the steamer. This is a steamer I use right here. I'm just waiting for it to warm up. I think it's ready. I think it's ready. It's ready. Check this out, right? I want to show you guys right here. All right. All right. It's ready. Right? So this is my Ralph Lauren shirt. Because you guys know I always wear them. You guys know I always wear these. I'm going to take out the steam. I mean the wrinkles with the steam. I knew I should have stopped working on the book last night. So I'm doing the proofs on the manuscript. I knew I should have stopped. I knew I should have got more sleep last night. So what I'm doing is, look, you guys, I'm knocking out these wrinkles right here, okay? Already, look how good that's coming out. So I'm doing this part here. Right? Check this out, you guys. Right? Already coming out. Look at that. This is the best steamer. It's not spitting out all this water. Okay? Right? I'm going to bring it closer. I think Dr. Nesbitt took a spill. He ended up on the... So, what I'm doing, look at this. This is incredible. Now check this out. Look, some of you guys might not care about this kind of thing. It's just that every time my shirt's really wrinkly, someone always leaves a comment, right? So now I'm going to do this part here. This is the part I'm doing next right here. This is a really hard part to do, okay? So this is incredible. I've never had a steamer knock this part out right here. So I'm just giving you a little rundown. Hopefully this isn't too boring, but seriously, this is like a big deal for me. It really is. So, I'm trying to straighten this part out right here. So check this out. These things always get bent on me. You guys, I'm just trying to steam right now. If you guys don't know who I am, number one New York Times bestselling author, chronic illness expert. Most people healed worldwide with the information from the number one selling book series in health in the world. So I'm just doing some steaming right here. Just want to show you this last little part. I mean, honestly, it's amazing what it does. Now, this may be kind of like ridiculous, but let me tell you something. This is taking out a ton of wrinkles right here. It's my favorite steamer. If you guys are into steamers, seriously. Like, this could never happen with the 20 steamers that I've actually had to purchase, like, and they just don't work. So this is incredible. This is the greatest invention on the planet right here for me. This is like when electricity was invented. Look at that. I mean, it's amazing. I purposely took the most wrinkly shirt I could find. I even crumpled it up and everything. And you guys get the picture. And it took out this whole crease. Basically, I took the worst shirt possibly out to do this. And it's that great. Check it out. Want to show you this other thing, you guys? So I really like this UV light box right here. So what I do is I sterilize a lot of stuff with it. This is such an easy way to sterilize stuff. I want to show you. I'll give you a close-up on this. It's a UVC, okay? LED sterilizer, right? There it is. Okay? And I put phones in there. Gonna grab my phone. Got my phone in there. You can close it up. There it is. I got it plugged in right now. You have one of these and you love it? Incredible. So that's the box right there. You can put so many things in there. You can put makeup in here. You can put makeup in there. You can put, I mean, there's so many things you can get in here. You can put your phone, right? You can put your glasses in here. You can put baby toys in here. You could put pens in here. You could put makeup in here. So it's great. So I got my phone in there. So basically what happens is that you can put your phone in there, obviously, like I showed you. Get your phone in there. And you can put like so many different things. You can get like, there's a lot of things you could put in here. You could put masks in here, if you whatever. You put your keys in here, put your glasses in here, mobile phones. There you go. So I don't know if you guys ever used one of these, but I really like it, okay? So now, you guys don't mind if I show you these snacks again? Different party snacks. Okay, while we move on to the next thing. So I got a bunch of different things right here. I'll just give you a rundown and show you, okay? Before we actually move on to the next item, right? So I got some figs here. These are the figs that I like to eat. I mean, there's so many figs you can get. There's other ones too out there, but that's the one I like right there. So I got figs in here, healthy snacks, right? Got my apple slices. This is that maple butter I talked about earlier. It's incredible. It's amazing. Showed you the chestnuts before earlier. It's just such good stuff. All right, let's move on to the next one. So, you guys, did I show you the vacuum cleaner I use? Right here. That's a vacuum cleaner I use right here. It's the Miele. I love it because the air that comes out isn't the same air going in. It actually really does filter it. And that's a big deal for vacuum cleaning. I showed you guys this before, right? It makes a big difference when you're vacuum cleaning. And I've had this, I think I told you guys before, I've had this for years, right? Right, I'm gonna plug it in. So it's got the HEPA, but really you don't smell like that toxic air that comes out of a vacuum cleaner, right? You don't smell that toxic air. Which is incredible. So it's got a filter in here. I've used so many vacuum cleaners. But that's the thing. I've always had to try different stuff. It's always like try different stuff because then people always ask me, what's the best of this? What's the best for that? Like, what is the best thing to use? What's the best vacuum cleaner, right? You got different levels. That's the maximum right there. So I like this one for dust mites because you're not getting the dust mites into your lungs. And that's what happens with everybody. When people vacuum clean, they're blowing the dust mites out, and then they're breathing the dust mites instead of the dust mites just staying where they are, right? You got your dust mites, they're on the floor, they're under the bed, right? So someone runs their vacuum cleaner under the bed, and they're sucking the dust mites in, and the dust mites are now getting thrown in the air, and they're breathing in the dust mites now. So now they're actually inhaling it, and they got dust mites in their lungs, right? When this is sucking up dust from underneath the bed or wherever, right, the dust mites are actually getting trapped because dust mites go through the bag. They actually go through all the vacuum cleaner bags. People don't realize it, but the dust mites here, they actually get trapped in the filtration system, and that's what I love. So you don't end up inhaling all the dust mites and those fine particles of dust, right? Dust. So it's got different attachments, right, which is really great. It's got a carpet one right here, right, for your carpet. I'll show you guys that. It's got different ones like this, okay, for your floors. That for areas, small areas, around couches, around different areas too. Like if you have to get into tighter areas, you got this right here. So this is the best vacuum cleaner I ever had. Freaking love it. It's really that good. I mean, seriously. It makes vacuum cleaning fun. So every time I got a vacuum clean, okay, and I've been using this for decades now. Every time I vacuum clean, I like it. It's like it makes the experience like better, which is really great. It's just a better experience. It just is. And you know, the vacuum cleaner I had before, I hated vacuum cleaning because of the vacuum cleaner. That's what makes or breaks if you actually like it or not. You know, so it just makes it so it's fun, or it makes it so you're actually doing so good, really, you know? People think I don't clean and make my own food, but I do. A lot of people don't know it, but I make my own food and I clean. So people don't believe that. They're like, you don't clean. No way. You get cleaners in all the time. That's what you do. It's like, no, that's what you do. I actually don't. So what I do is I do cleaning, and maybe hence that's why the floor's not as clean as it should be right now. And maybe that's why I didn't show you the bottom of the steamer pad. I didn't show you the bottom of the steamer pad because maybe my floor is not as clean as it should be. But you know, right? So I'm unplugging the vacuum cleaner, but I love it. The cord's easy to just drop like this. Right? Okay? All right. I'm going to move the vacuum cleaner out of the way. Definitely the best vacuum cleaner, hands down. Like, for real, hands down, right? Okay. All right. So I just put this on my cutting board. All right. It's fine. So you guys, this is an incredible rug cleaner right here. I love it because it doesn't just send water down through the carpet and then it sits underneath the carpet. Because that's what happens with carpet cleaning stuff. And I don't like those toxic carpet cleaners. So those toxic carpet cleaners are just awful, right? And I don't like that. Those you guys know what I'm talking about. The chemical ones, dangerous chemical cleaners that people buy. It's like carpet cleaner. Okay, let me buy that. There's 1,000 like dangerous chemicals in that carpet cleaner, right? So that's what I won't use. Another thing too, I won't have people come in to clean my carpets. Like I won't call a carpet cleaning service because all that's going to do is make my carpet soaking wet. And it's going to keep them soaking wet for a while, where underneath the carpet, that water gets moldy. So that's what happens. So when, like, if I'm like driving down the street and I see a carpet, like a van, right? It's parked in front of somebody's house and it's like carpet cleaning service and you see the like tube go out of the van into the person's house and you see the guys and they're like carpet cleaning. I'm like, man, all that water is going to go underneath the carpet and sit underneath that carpet pad and sit on that cement or whatever that wood is underneath, and it's just going to sit there and it's not going to dry quick enough. That's one problem right there. That's the first thing I see when I see those guys in there, right? Second thing, I'm like, how many dangerous chemicals is that carpet cleaning service uses, right? And then the carpet cleaning service will be like, no, we use organic, or we use the lower level of dangerous chemicals. It's like, okay, great. Scared to death to know what the higher level is because I know it's really bad. But the lower level's bad. Even when they say, no, it's all green, it's all organic. No, there's still chemicals in there, right? Like dangerous ones. So what I love about this is you put some peroxide in, you mix it, you put a little bit of peroxide in, right? So I got some peroxides here, okay? Got some peroxides. Check it out when you can, right? And I use peroxide for everything. Just peroxide for everything. And so you add some peroxide in here with the water. You do a mix. And when you do that, you can peroxide your carpets, right? Using a ratio. Like you don't have to put a lot of peroxide in that water. Just put some. And what's incredible is that for pets and pet dander and pet, pee and and dirt and everything else and food and drinks that were spilled on the carpets, this is a great way to get it out because this doesn't drive the water down through the carpet floor and this doesn't create all those dangerous chemicals. I've said this for years. The carpet cleaning chemicals and the carpet cleaning chemical services, right, have as a trigger for people to get real sick. I've said that for years. So that's what I love about this, right? So it's amazing. Good to see you guys today, by the way. Incredible. How about on wood floors? Well, wood floors, this is what I use here. Okay. Getting kind of crazy in here. It's definitely All right, for wood floors, this is what I use right here. Okay? But I don't use this end. I use the mop end that I was just showing you. Right here. You can do a light steam on it. Right? It's a steam mop. And you can use this on the wood floors. That's all. Hit the button, comes out, and then you mop the floors. And that's what I did earlier. See? Okay. Incredible. So, but I love this machine for real. I do. I like all these different like machines. But it's what I use, and it's fun stuff too, because you know when it works and it's really good, it becomes more fun, the whole bit. Okay, so